So I was watching some video essays on Ponyo after rolling the credits last night. Magical realism, curiosity, not judgment, why we must protect the environment, the myth behind Ponyo. And I started thinking, wait, what are these videos? Did we watch the same film? I mean, sure, all of those things are true, but they don't touch the core. And I know what you're thinking. Dude, what is this depressing music for a fucking Ponyo video? Well, I'm getting to that. See, there's a moment near the end when Ponyo's mother asks Sosuke a simple question. Do you accept Ponyo as she is? It sounds like a fairy tale formality, a test of pure-hearted love or whatever. But really, it's about whether we can love someone without trying to mold them. And sometimes, I think about that. For the past 2 years of my life, I've felt this hard-to-articulate disappointment in people. In my girlfriend, in my friends, and to a lesser extent in my parents. It's not dramatic, just that slow erosion of expectations. People change, plans don't work out, promises are broken, I get that. And I know better communication could fix some of it, being clearer about what I want, what I need. But a small part of me always wished people would just know what I wanted. Wouldn't you want that too? For someone to do something for you, not because you asked, but because it's who they are, because it's self-evident. They love doing it just as much as you do, and they want to share it with you. Look, Ponyo is a fish, okay? And if Sosuke said, I want you to be human because we can have more fun that way, and she did, if she became a human just for him, isn't there something wrong about that? I don't want people to change just because I nudged them to. I don't want to manage my relationships like a script. I don't want to say, I make the effort, why don't you? I just want to sail the same wave with someone, to love the same things without asking them to love them for me, to not always feel this disconnect I find so hard to reconcile. And you might say I'm just looking too hard for meaningful connections. But just like Ponyo, I want someone who chooses to be human because they want to. And maybe that's why Lisa, Sosuke's mother, hits me harder than anyone else in Ponyo. She struggles with the same things I do. She cooks a feast for dinner with expectations of how tonight will go, and then gets disappointed after realizing her husband can't come home from sea. Koichi is out there, now yelling at the wind, at his blinking Morse code, at everything she can't control. And isn't it fascinating how a 5-year-old little kid knows better? Don't cry, Mom. I know Dad breaks his promises sometimes, but he does his best for us. I promised Ponyo I would take care of her, and then I lost her. I wonder if she's crying now. That single line reframes the entire film. It's not about control over those you love, but trust in their love despite distance. As if telling me that sometimes people who love each other need to be pulled apart one day. How love doesn't always mean connection, it means loving without expecting something in return. When Lisa looks at her son after that, something changes. She stops fighting the world. She stops bending things into what she wants them to be. She stops being bitter, disappointed, and closed off, and hugs Sosuke instead. Because he had the strength to hold Ponyo's hand all the way from here when she couldn't. See, the beautiful thing is Lisa doesn't always understand what Sosuke is talking about. This fish girl who talks, who later becomes human, the waves turning into fish with quirky eyes, but she loves him despite that disconnect. Throughout the film, Lisa is never dismissive of his creative imagination. She even urges him to put that green bucket on the fence so Ponyo might find her way back. Similarly, Toki, the old lady Sosuke gives the origami boat to, is grumpy, jaded, skeptical. She lives in a nursing home, complains about the weather, about Ponyo's magic, about everything wrong with the world. But despite that, Sosuke still treats her right. He gives her an origami boat just the same, because maybe she needs it the most. He meets cynicism with kindness. He doesn't argue, doesn't withdraw, he simply offers. I offer, but do I? Do I really accept the thorns of a rose as they are? I don't know. Sosuke never tries to fix people like me. Because let's be honest, Ponyo isn't perfect. She's impulsive, loud, chaotic. Just look at her running around the house, saying inappropriate things, always hugging him a few seconds too long. But look at how Sosuke reacts. He loves her human form just as much as the fish, teaching her to mix honey into tea with a spoon, eating noodles even when she dozes off halfway through. Sosuke doesn't wish Ponyo were quieter or more polite or easier to handle. I suppose we often mistake love for comfort, for reciprocity. Refusing that is what makes Sosuke different from Ponyo's father, Fujimoto, a man who literally bottles the sea to control it, who fears humans, who keeps his daughter trapped in an aquarium because he's terrified she will become one of them, polluting the ocean. But as Ponyo's mother says, can you accept not just who she is now, but who she might become, even if that future isn't what you expect? And Sosuke says yes, without hesitation. He's saying, I see you, even if you may never see me. Not making someone change, not begging them to meet you halfway, just standing where you are and still reaching out your hand. Maybe I was wrong. Love isn't about finding someone who knows what you need. It's about choosing to stay even when they don't. To accept the sea for its waves, to love the fish and the human just the same.